Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I just got back from a Christmas concert that a choir that Skylar is in called Coro Rio, and it was in Memphis. And Derek picked me up like almost 4 hours ago. Got there. We got there early enough because we wanted to make sure that we could park and all that stuff. And he just dropped me off. And sorry, I'm wiggling you around. You know, it's 5:30 right now as I'm sitting here, and it's one of those things. It's like I just don't feel like working now that I've been gone all day. So I thought I would just sit down and chat with you guys for a little bit. And and show you my French tip nails. Thing is that color that I thought would like kind of match my skin is kind of golden. So I don't care for it. And you can see, look at the bad job I did with the French tips. But from far, and I paint the underside too. I made those white. Maybe this hand is better because it's always easier for me to polish my right hand my left hand because I'm right-handed. But I don't hate them. Next time though, I'm just going to do my fingernails clear and then I'll put the tip on. And I could, cut like, take a little sticky note and you just, cut it like half moon and then you stick that to your finger and then you can just put the white on. I'm just having fun with all of this. I really am. And my nails are getting quite long. For me, typing is a pain in the ass because I type very fast, first of all. And now I kind of have to type with the pads of my fingers, but the nails hit the keys above, so I kind of have to do like tips. You don't care about any of this. So do I have anything to talk about? I don't think I do. Like not at all. Just wanted to jump in. In case you didn't watch the end of my previous video, I did a video and I was talking about that I was going to go to the gym to check it out. Well, I discovered that if I go when it's a little bit darker, not like broad daylight, I can see if there's any lights on in there. And if there's no lights on in there, that means I can go in and be all alone. And I did that the day that I went to the post office and I was talking a little bit about it. And I went in and I used the treadmill, which I really enjoyed. The treadmill is like so easy on my knees. It has a little bit of give, so I liked that. I will be doing that again. I did try the step machine. That wasn't good for my knees at all. It felt awkward. It wasn't what I was expecting. I wish they had this machine. I don't remember what it's called, but they don't have that. They did have a bike, but again, it wasn't the way I like. It's like you're kind of sitting with your legs extended. I like just to be sitting like I'm pedaling a bike, like for real. And then there's some upper body stuff, and I did a little bit of that. So I'm going to like that option in the winter when it's too cold to walk, or if we have a shitty day of like icy stuff. Or in the summer, if it's raining or when the pool is closed, because see, I can't walk outside in the summer. It is just too hot, and the humidity is what kills me. I can't stand humidity. So I will have that option of on Mondays when the pool is closed that I'll be able to go in there. And, the pool, that's exercise, but I think I'd still like to walk a few times a week on the treadmill. So we'll see how that all goes. Did I tell you guys? I don't think I did. I might have mentioned it. I am trying something new, and I'm so glad comments are off because you would all be saying that I'm really going to kill myself this way this time. But I'm going to send you over to, I'll link to her. So you don't have to just hear it from me. There's people doing this. Steak and Butter Gal, I think is her name, or Butter and Steak Gal. I think it's Steak and Butter Gal. Why are we crooked? And I've decided to try still carnivore, but it's high fat carnivore. So it's everything people think is the worst absolute thing for you. And it's, I think best beef is my favorite anyway, but I do eat chicken and pork. And now I've just added a shitload of butter to my plate. I'm talking, but all I've eaten today is butter. I've eaten almost 2 sticks of butter today. And that will probably be all I eat today. I didn't feel like cooking. I didn't want to cook before going out. I wanted to get ready, do my nails, stuff like that. I had some work to do. So I said, oh yeah, I can do a butter day. And there's a doctor, I don't know if I don't think she's an MD, probably a doctor of astrology for all I know. She also, talks about this. So I've been watching a lot of these videos. I found out about this in my carnivore group, Facebook group that I'm in. And the woman, Kelly Hogan, who I learned about carnivore from, she has been carnivore, I think, is it 13 years? Yes, because I'm 6 years and she was 7 years when I started, and so she's 13 years, and she tried it too, because it's supposed to be like a boost for the people who have been doing carnivore, but it's not helping them lose weight at all. And it was okay for me at the very beginning. I had lost some weight, but I haven't lost weight in like 4 years. I mean, not at all. As a matter of fact, I would gain a little, go back down, but I didn't care. I was happy to be eating carnivore because it made me feel better. My cravings would be gone. Cravings is the worst thing in the world, the worst. And butter is the secret to even whatever kind of cravings I can have, because I do dabble with dairy, because I don't know, it's like I feel like I need dairy when I have the butter. I don't feel like I need any of the cheese or anything else like that. So I don't know. I'm just feeling fantastic eating this way. So it's basically less protein, but a lot of fat. And I so far have just been doing butter. But I do want to try, I want to try ghee for the hell of it. I've never tried it. I guess it's like clarified butter. And in Maine, when you go to a restaurant and eat lobster, I think that's what they give you, is the clarified butter to dip your lobster in. We just always melted just butter. And so I'm curious to try that. And then I'm also going to pick up a jar of tallow, which is beef fat. And it's considered like a cooking oil, but it looks like shortening almost, but it's beef. And so many people hate that I'm even talking about this. And then what's the other option? Oh, just buying fat. Asking the butcher, do you have bags of fat that you're going to throw out? And some people even eat suet. So I don't know if I'm into that, but I do love the fat off meat, so I would be happy just cooking fat. That was once hooked to a steak. So I've been doing it. I know I talked about it a little tiny bit probably a few weeks ago, and I started dabbling, I would say, a month ago, but now I'm like really hardcore into this. Yeah, okay, shall I even confess more things? Because the doctor said so. I know she's not an MD. I know she can't be. I go to bed with a little plate of butter. So every time I wake up, I eat some butter, and it helps me to go right back to sleep. It's like a miracle cure. I mean, I'm so happy right now. So it's okay if I die. I know you're worried about my cholesterol and having a stroke and a heart attack and all that. That's okay. I want to feel good now. I don't give a shit. I'm going to die someday anyway. So I always try to remind people that we are all going to die. Every one of us. Everyone you know is going to die. People don't say things like that. Why not? It's the truth, right? So I'm very happy that I stumbled across this now, and it's my whole new thing that I'm looking into. But yes, steak and butter gal, and then I will link you to the doctor. I'm supposed to remember her name. I think her last name is Bright, Elizabeth Bright, I think is what it is. If you're interested at all, you can go check that out. No, I know you're not going to, but that's okay. It's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm probably going to keep doing until I don't feel like doing that. 6 years, like I said, it's not that I left carnivore. I'm still carnivore. I'm even more of a strict carnivore now, and it's just called High Fat Carnivore. As for this week coming up, Skylar is with her mother all week. When is Christmas? I have to go do groceries. not groceries. I have to go do shopping for whatever stocking stuffers I want to get them. What am I looking up? Oh yeah, Christmas. It's kind of far away. I have all week to shop. Christmas Day is on a Sunday, so that's when Derek is getting Skylar. I don't know what time. I don't think it's gonna matter. It's like whatever is convenient for them. But he'll get her, and then I'll be going to his place and watch them open gifts. That's how that's going to go. Last year, we took my mother for a ride. Christmas Eve was the very last time that my mother ever went into a car, and we rode her all around Memphis, and she enjoyed that. And then Christmas morning, it was just Derek and Skylar because I was here with my mother. But now I will be going down to Derek's and Skylar. I'll let them open their gifts or whatever, and then I'll just mosey on over later in the day. And, well, we won't have her Christmas morning. That's right, he won't have her. So whenever he goes to get her, I will go over there and be with them. And I'll bring my butter. I brought a stick of butter to the concert with me. I did not eat it in the concert. I ate half of it on the way there. Almost the other half on the way back. And Derek is like, oh my God, Ma. But I don't care. I feel good, and I'm going to just try it because there's quite a few people who are doing these things. And I have learned over the years that, I've had doctors that, my last doctor that I had, he was a gaslighter, and he would say stuff to me. First of all, when I told him that I was carnivore, I think I waited till I was a couple of months in to eating carnivore, and I went to see him. I wanted him to know what I was doing. They always say, check with your doctor. He was all on board. His exact words to me were, this is how we were meant to eat. I remember doing a video when I left the office, and I was so excited because he was fully on board. He said I could go off my cholesterol meds and my blood pressure meds. He later denied that he ever said that. I would not leave a doctor's office and record a video and just say that shit if he didn't say that shit. I don't know if I mentioned everything in the video, but I remember I was excited and I was recording in the car because he was on board. But he told me those things, and I think what it was I think he was just humoring me, like she's never going to stay on this. And when I told him that, he told me, he says, why are you off your blood pressure? I said, because you said I could. He says, I would have never said that. So I didn't like that. But anyway, what it boils down to is doctors are human, and doctors tell us what they've learned in books or what they, continue to learn over the years while they're being a doctor. It doesn't mean that they're right. I have to go by me. I am a person who suffered with eating disorders since starting around age 12, and not so much a disorder back then, but being very overly concerned with my weight. I had no weight problem at the age of 12, but my mother kept telling me I was going to grow up to be very fat like my aunts. I'll never understand who the aunts were that she was referring to, but that's just what she always told me. You're going to be fat like your aunts on your father's side. Whatever. So I was very concerned, and between the years of 12 and 15, I fucking was stoned almost every day. So I had a lot of munchies. So I would eat a lot. So that didn't help either, that I was eating like that. But so I started to be very concerned about my weight before I even had a weight problem. And by, trying to go days eating chicken broth, a bouillon in a cup of water with a stick of celery, that kind of thing. And, it just turned into a lifelong struggle with eating and various disorders that stayed with me for way too many years. I will talk about that at some point. It's not that I have anything to hide. I just think, sometimes it's, I worry about my delivery because I can make fun of things, and I think people get offended when I talk about abuse or if I talk about eating disorders, and I do it like in a funny way. Some people don't take me seriously, but to me, I just use the laughter. I don't know, I don't know. It's my life, and I have to laugh about it at times, I think. So anyway, for me to find a way, because before carnivore, I would be like, please, please let me die in my sleep so I don't have to have days of, trying to figure out what can I do to get rid of these cravings. I mean, I have tried everything in my life, and nothing worked until I got rid of all plant life. And even then, if I dabble too much in dairy, cravings could come back. And it was a struggle. I didn't like that feeling. It wasn't like before, and I could get past it. Like if I waited 3 or 4 days and just hit the beef heavy and got rid of the dairy, that would go away. But now it's even easier. Butter is my cure. I could live off butter and beef. I already know this until I die. And a lot of you would think that I will die very soon if I do that. And I don't care. I don't care. I just want to be free from food addictions, because that's what it is. Booze, as hard as it was for me to quit booze, I think I could have quit drinking probably 10 years before I did if I didn't have the comparison of the food addiction. I thought, I can't control myself. It's like something is controlling me and telling me I have to do that. It has nothing to do with willpower. I can't get a grip on this. And if I can't do this with food, how would I ever do it with booze? You see what I'm saying? I thought it would have to be impossible. But the thing about booze is you do not have to drink it. The thing about food is you have to eat food. But nobody told me it was a matter of changing the kind of food you eat. When I quit drinking, I drank water because, and I've said this before, milk, coffee brandy goes in milk. Amaretto goes in milk. Kahlua goes in milk. So I didn't like to drink milk because I needed those additives. And of course, any juice, tequila, rum, vodka, my favorite, or all three. And some grenadine and all that stuff. And then, of course, soda, any cola, you needed rum in that, right? So I had to get away from all of those mixers that could trigger me into wanting to drink. And I drank water. And, because I didn't drink like, water, just vodka and water. I don't know, would anybody do that? I mean, and I wasn't a shots person. So, like scotch on the rocks where it would just end up being watered down. So water didn't remind me of alcohol. Let's just put it that way. So I could drink water. I still drink just water, a seltzer, but not with any sweetener. And I've been doing that for, 20 something years. And in the way, it was easier to get rid of the booze, the getting rid of it, that part, you got to work through that. But I don't have to be worried about, if I drink a glass of orange juice, which I wouldn't do now. I don't even do plants. But, there was no need for me to have all that other stuff. It was just water, and that's good. And I didn't need the alcohol. And with food, by doing carnivore, it's like that. It's like get rid of all of those things that, to me, I consider them toxic. And I just, I do the carnivore, and all that stuff is gone. Clear head, joints don't hurt anywhere near like they did. And no cravings. I can't stress it enough. No cravings. I love it so much. Okay. See, I didn't know what to talk about, and I ended up talking about all of this. And I do want to talk a little bit more, or maybe not. Maybe not on my Growing Up channel. Maybe I just don't even want to bother talking about all that. I kind of would like to just do my thing now and enjoy my life. Not give a shit what I did with food in the past, And like I said, I'm just glad that I have comments off, because boy, the comments I got when I went carnivore, it was like, yeah, people were just, acting like I was the stupidest person on earth to think that that I could live any amount of time by eating just meat. One person, you're gonna live 2 years, and I was like, that long? It's like, gee, okay, I'm just gonna do my thing. But if you're interested at all, don't take it from me. Go look up on YouTube the 2 people that I'll have in the description, and just do a search for, what is it? High Fat Carnivore. And you'll find all kinds of information. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Bye.